Myself Vijaya, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Shriram Engineering College, Tirupur. Now I discuss about architectural styles. First, introductions. Architectural style defines the structure and organization of a software system. They provide a set of principles and patterns for designing software architecture that are reusable and scalable. It defines how the system is organized, how components interact, and how they are work together to fulfill the system requirements. This style bridges between requirement analysis and detailed design or implementation. What is architectural style? Architectural style is a design pattern that provides a template solution for organizing software components and their interaction. It describes component, that is models, object layers, connectors, it's say for example function calls, data flows and protocols. Next, rules and constraints. This describes how the components interact with each other. Why use architectural styles? Simplify the complex system, encourage the reusability and maintainability. It provides a blueprint of a system design. Improve the communication among stakeholders. Here common architectural styles are layered architectural style, client-server architectural style, tiered architecture, pipe and filter style. Let me see one by one. First, layered architectural style. Here, layered architectural style is composed of different layers. Various components in each layer perform specific operations. There are three types of layers in layered architectural style. First one, outer layer. Outer layer perform user interface operations. Next one, middle layer, it perform application software functions. Third one is inner layer, it perform operating system interfaces. See here, this is a diagram for layered architectures. Here, this is the top layer that user interact directly, such as web page, mobile app screen and command line interfaces. Here, user interface layer responsibility is display the information to the user and collect the user interface. Second one, application layer, that is in middle layer. Here middle layer, it coordinating the request between user and collect the user response. Application layer responsibility is to handle the business logic, validate the input, manage the transaction and authorize the user actions. Next layer is utility layers. It is also known as infrastructure and support layers. It provides the common reusable services that support the application functioning. Next layer is core layer. This is also known as domain layers. It contains the core business concept, models and rules that define the application purpose. This core layer responsibility is ensure the data integrity. These are the four components of layered architecture. Next, client-server architecture. In this architecture, there are two components, that is client and servers. This architecture is a distributed system model where the system is divided into two main components, that is client and servers. Here, client send the request to the server. Server send response with the requested resource to the client. Here, client can only communicate with the server but not with another client. See here diagram for client-server architecture. Here, client send a request to the server. Server process the request and send to the response. Here, client receive the response and display the result. Here client can communicate only server, not in another client. Next architecture is three-tier architecture. In three-tier architecture, there are three tiers, namely presentation tier, business logic and database tier. In presentation tier, client make the request and receive the response from the server. In business logic tier, the server process the request and compute the result. Next, server interact with the database tier for accessing the required data. See here, this is a diagram for three-tier architecture. Here, user send the request through the client, that is presentation tier, server, that is application tier. Here, database access is the data tier. Here, user send the request through the presentation tier. Request is processed in the application tier, that is server. Next, data is fetched from and stored in the data tier, that is database access. Here, response flow back through the same path. Next, pipe and filter. Here, pipe and filter architecture is a design pattern where the system is structured as a chain of processing element connected by the data stores. Here each filter performs specific transformation on a data. Pipes are connectors that are transfer the data from one filter to another filter. It is also called the data flow architecture because data flows through a sequence of processing steps. See here, this is the diagram for pipe and filter architecture. Here input data enter the first filter. Each filter processes the data and passes the result to the next filter through the pipe. Here final output comes from last filter. Thank you.